hidden blades for the latest entry into Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed franchise. In this installment, players get to murder folks right here in the good old US of A. Because let's face it, there's nothing more American than a good old-fashioned silent double aerial assassination. Except for maybe bacon-wrapped meatloaf. Anyway, will Assassin's Creed 3 gallop into gamers' hearts, or will it leave fans in a cold haystack of disappointment? Let's find out. Desmond's latest romp in the Animus will introduce us to a brand new assassin named Connor. He's half Native American, and while he doesn't have the same smooth moves Ezio had with the ladies, he does have the sweet tomahawk in the shape of an assassin symbol. Connor's story is an extremely intricate one that weaves in and out of America's messy past and has you meeting some pretty cool historical figures. Now, prior to this game's announcement, I was kind of hoping that the next Assassin's Creed would involve ninjas, but murdering Redcoat Templars in a quest for revenge is awesome too. Connor's epic story is definitely one of the high points of the game, and playing through to find out what happens next can suck players in for long periods of time. You may find yourself forgetting to eat, sleep, or pick up your little cousin from basketball practice. Sorry, Chris, I'll make it up to you. The voice acting is really good, and I was especially impressed by the actor who played the character of Hatham, as his lines always seem to be delivered with an ample helping of British arrogance.
Well, now, I'm going to feed you your teeth.
The dialogue is for the most part well written, but at times I couldn't help but feel that Connor was kind of a one-note character. He always seemed very serious and intense, which is kind of a switch-up since we're used to Ezio, who can be serious, but then also goes off chasing ladies if he feels like it. Overall, the graphics in Assassin's Creed 3 are pretty good. I was playing on Xbox 360 and I'm sure it looks way better on PC. Scenic views really make the game world come to life, and lots of variations in the types of trees and buildings keep things fresh. Character costumes are well detailed and really help lend an authentic air to the game's time period. And on the whole, the game definitely gets points for atmosphere. Combat in AC3 is a fluid and intense experience. You're going to see the basic block and counter mechanic you've been seeing in a lot of games, but man, when Connor counters, he really messes people's day up. There are some really phenomenal finishing moves. There are also enemies out there that can counter your counter, which keeps players from abusing it and forces you to think outside the box. For example, there's a mechanic that allows you to grab an enemy and use them as a human shield when you're under fire, which is pretty satisfying when you're able to pull it off. Having good combat was important because I felt like the stealth portions of the game were kinda hit or miss. Ubisoft really isn't making an effort to advance the stealth mechanics of the franchise. I feel like in this day and age, if you are making a stealth game, the option to crouch or go prone is definitely a welcome advancement. And why can I still not steal uniforms of dead characters? I'd like to think that would be the first class in Assassin's Creed College. Now I know there are some fans out there that might shout, "That's not Assassin's Creed. If you want to do that, go play X." Yeah, it's not something that Assassin's Creed games are known for, but it would offer the player more choice, and it's something an assassin might actually do. So my question is, why not do it? I'm not saying stealth in AC3 is bad, it just feels unimproved. Fortunately, when I got tired of my undisguised assassin getting spotted, I could go into "fuck it, everyone dies" mode and enjoy some combat, which, as I mentioned before, is stellar. Pacing was one area where the game seemed to suffer, as the beginning allowed for little to no exploration. It was a very linear ordeal getting through the first chunk of the game before I could really go off exploring. Once the game did go into full open world mode though, I was thoroughly wowed. The world is just huge, like you can get lost in it huge. In fact, I did get lost in it, and then a bear tried to eat me. F you, bear, hidden blades, bitch! Huntable animals are an amazing addition to Assassin's Creed, as are the naval battles, which kick tons of ass and make me wish that Ubisoft would make a full-on Pirates of the Caribbean game. The cities are massive and populated by a huge cast of extremely varied NPCs. You can start riots, jump patrols, or help out the local citizens by murdering tax collectors. No taxation without a fucking tomahawk in your throat. But while there was a lot to do, there was also a lot of stuff that didn't seem worth doing, like building my homestead or delivering letters to people or chasing fucking almanac pages around. It was all stuff that was just kind of meh. I felt like the time developing this stuff could have been better spent polishing the game a bit more. There were definitely some issues that could have been taken care of, like this floating gun, or this guy's wacky stretchy arm. Holy shit, I think I just killed Slender Man. Multiplayer is as fun as ever. I know a lot of people aren't into the AC multiplayer, but you should totally try it. It's a completely different experience from all those shoot your opponent multiplayer games you're used to. They've also added Wolfpack, which is a pretty cool take on a horde mode. And unfortunately, they've also added Domination, which is a team-based mode that's better suited to shooters. But no one says you have to play that mode, and I don't.
So, much like America's history, Assassin's Creed 3 is epic, brutal, and at times flawed, but that doesn't stop it from being great. It will definitely win the hearts of current Assassin's Creed fans and those who appreciate a good open world and a unique multiplayer. Yeah, some of the optional stuff could have been left out in favor of some fine-tuning, but the game was trying to paint a really big picture, so you can't fault it too much for missing a few minor brushstrokes. I give Assassin's Creed 3 9 vicious bears out of 10, and I hope in the sequel we'll finally see some ninjas. I don't know what it is about ninjas, there's just some